Hey there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. I am Matt Wyatt. So today's the day. This is the time where now they're going to show us a second DCU film that is not directed by James Gunn, but this is in the DCU, in this shared cinematic universe, and it's called Clayface, and it's going to be a body horror film, and it's directed by James Watkins. Now, in case you don't know who the director is, he's the guy who made the remake of a horror suspense film called Speak No Evil with James McAvoy that came out a couple of years ago, which I thought the film was so good and very underrated. If you have not seen the remake of Speak No Evil, I encourage you to check that out. I think you really are going to enjoy that film. It's one of James McAvoy's best performance, and it's well directed by James Watkins. I think it was a really damn good film. And for him to come on and to direct a movie like this is intriguing. And it's also co-written by Mike Flanagan, and it's also co-written by Hassan Amini, which he did a couple of the screenwriting for Snow White and the Huntsman, and then he did 47 Ronin, but then he written a film called Drive with Ryan Gosling. That was the only one film that he did that was a banger movie, but it's great to have both of them co-writing the screenplay, and it was more of basically, I think it might have been a pitch that was pitched by Mike Flanagan, and DC and Warner Brothers decided to pick that up and make a body horror film, and this is gonna be different tone, and it's obviously gonna be an R-rated movie. I'm not gonna be surprised, and this movie's basically about a disfigured actor transforms into a shape-shifting entity whose body is made entirely of clay. It's basically one of Batman's rogues gallery, and there's supposed to be multiple versions of Clayface in the comic books. We did meet up with one character, Clayface, in the James Gunn's Creature Commandos, which is a different version of Clayface, but this is the different version that we've come across. And they did show, I think they only show the footage or maybe the teaser trailer at CinemaCon, and the results of saying that they're not messing around, that this is going to be a body horror film. Now, the trailer has dropped, and it's mostly around at a minute and 3 seconds. So this is basically a teaser trailer. So they're not going to show us too much. And this movie's supposed to come out on October 23rd of this year. I think it was originally supposed to come out in August or September originally, and I can't remember. But now they pushed it back and they wanted to move it to the Halloween season, mostly the spooky season, mostly it's a great time to open at that time. And I can't wait. So this is going to be another fresh take of the DCU for this project. And enough of me yapping. I'm going to get into the official teaser trailer right now. Wow, his face is all messed up. Yeah, he's supposed to be like a famous actor. Ooh. Wow. A lot different than what I anticipated. Oh my god. This is a different type of Clayface. Oh. I'm curious to see how he's gonna look in a different form. Ooh, damn, it's so disturbing. Yeah, I expected this trailer to be a little bit short because it's a teaser, but yeah, October 23rd. So that's the official trailer for the upcoming DCU's Clayface, and I'm impressed. Now, it didn't show us a whole lot, but it gave up a little bit of the vibe of The Substance meets Darkman, because when his face gets all messed up, they somehow ejected some kind of a serum and made him heal and regenerate. And he can, because Clayface has the ability to shapeshift in any form he wants. And this is a type of movie that I'm interested in. And from that trailer itself, the tone is vastly different from the upcoming Supergirl movie. It's very different from the upcoming Lanterns from the HBO series. Very different from James Gunn's Superman film, 100%, because James Gunn made it very clear from the start that every DCU project, whether it's from television, animation, movies, every one of these projects are going to be tonal diversity, and they want to expand upon it of each of these characters of different types of story coming out of a comic book issue. And it's not going to try to feel consistency to the tone of the DCU. They are connected, but every project is going to feel vastly different from one another. I said this a million times before. But in the beginning, when James Gunn took over DC, a lot of people can bitch and complain that they were so worried that every DCU project is going to feel too much James Gunny, that is going to be too much of the same tone in every movie and shows, which is not true. and he was very clear on that. So not because not all of these movies are gonna be under the banner with James Gunn, even though he has creative control, and I believe if I remember correctly, I don't remember, I could be wrong on this, but I believe that Mike Flanagan had written the script and he had a pitch and he gave it to the WB in Warner in DC, and they took that pitch. Now, Mike Flanagan is one of the biggest time horror directors in Hollywood. I mean, he has done a lot of more of the Netflix content, like the Haunting of the anthology horror series of the Haunting series, and he directed the Doctor Sleep, which is the sequel to the Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. If you have not watched Doctor Sleep, I highly recommend it because no one went out to go see it. I still have not checked out The Life of Chuck that came out last about I think it was like a year ago or so, and I still need to check that one out. And most of a few of his movies did not do well at the box office, but it is critically well received. Now he's going to be busy doing a lot of these remakes of the Stephen King movies, like the movie The Mist, for instance. And he's already been filming the Exorcist reboot, and he's been a director in production of the TV series of the remake Carrie. So he's been really on a roll, and I'm so glad that they were able to get Mike Flanagan to co-write the script for the upcoming Clayface, and it looks like it's well directed. It didn't show us a whole lot, and I'm not familiar with this actor, Tom Reese Harris. I'm not familiar with his work, but it looks like he's going to put on a hell of a performance in this movie. I think he's going to do a fantastic job. I can't wait to see how they're going to do on this take. I was so shocked to see the shadow figure of the true form of Clayface when we see him in a gigantic monster's form. That's going to be outrageous when we see it in the form, and it's going to be completely bonkers. And and it's a great time to put this out in during the spooky season on October. So, because when this Supergirl movie does well at the box office, if it's received well from critics and audiences, and it makes a lot of money, it's building the momentum of the DCU. Now fans are going to be coming around, and it's going to be one of those DCU movies that you don't even really need to watch these previous DCU projects like Superman or Supergirl, or watch the Lantern series, or watch Peacemaker. You can simply jump right into this movie without knowing anything of the previous films or shows, because every DCU project is going to be standalone story, even though it is part of the connected shared universe. But it's definitely going to be its own thing. Like for instance, we already got these another monster film of an upcoming project called Swamp Thing that will be directed by James Mangold, which I'm excited to see his take on Swamp Thing. And I'm so glad that James Gunn is not going to try to make every DCU project that is going to have a homework assignment that you can just jump right in without knowing anything, and you can go in completely blind and still enjoy it for what it is. And I'm so excited to see this take on Clayface. I mean, this was a project that no one really wanted, but then again, we never wanted the Suicide Squad movie. We never wanted Polka Dot Man. We never wanted Peacemaker. That was one of those characters that these comic book D-list characters that no one asked for, and James Gunn establishes characters in live action, he knocks it out of the park. But anyway, what did you think of this Clayface teaser trailer? Are you excited for this movie, or are you not? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this reaction, hit the like button, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for more of my videos. And make sure you turn on the bell notification so you know when my videos are up. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I have a second YouTube channel called Small Zero. I co-host alongside with Ryan Cam in 3D Movie Cinema. We cover everything that's going on in the world of movie news, TVs, and trailers, and so on and so forth. We did recently had a major guest on our show, Robert Meyer Burnett, and then we had Blacktastic Media, and then we will soon have another major guest, which we will announce it very soon this Friday. But definitely go in there and subscribe to our channel in there and give us a support. We would really appreciate it. Anyway, if you want to follow my social media platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, click the link tree in the description down below. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great day, great evening, wherever you're from, and stay tuned for more of my content.